Good evening, everyone. How's everyone's evening going? My evening's going pretty good. Kind of tired. Long day. Bit stressed. But anyways, I'm fine. Uh, Tonight was a crazy ass night. A lot of stuff happened. Trying to still wrap my brain around the Josh Alexander stuff though. That shit was nuts. That was intense. I still am not entirely sure that he's gone, because there's a lot that can come into play in the coming months. He could interrupt Moose's match at No Surrender. He could get involved with the match and lead to a match at Sacrifice. There's just so much more leading to Rebellion that we know of. And there's possibly a chance that he's not actually gone, but that's how the story is being played out. And I guess we'll just wait and see. Anyways, before Impact Wrestling took off, we had before the Impact, which is the BTI show they do on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter, wherever they play it. There was a match between Lady Frost and Alicia Edwards that was really, really good. I was impressed with Alicia, and Lady Frost, as always, is one hell of a talent. Interesting part about this, though, is the match was solid. The match was great. And Lady Frost is out here celebrating, and out comes Gisele Shaw taking her spotlight. And I'm like, wow. So that's how they're going to introduce Gisele Shaw. I was like, all right, cool. Cool beans. So that was pretty interesting. Then we go to the main show. The night kicks off with Josh Alexander. Josh Alexander was given a very passionate speech about how he's happy to bear the flag, happy to wear the brand, happy to do this, happy to be on Team Impact, but he's really focused on becoming world champion again. But then was rudely interrupted by Big Con. That's the name he chose for himself on the Indies. But basically, he's the big dude in the former member of the Ascension. He's the big tankish dude that was quite a beast. But Josh Alexander said, "You know what? I know this. I know what's gonna happen. You want a match. Everyone wants a match. You're just another obstacle. Let's get this out. Let's get a damn referee in." And Josh Alexander made quick work of it. So Big Con was tapped out, so I don't think we'll probably see him again. And quick and effective match. I'm seeing sparkles. But Josh refuses to let go of the ankle lock, and then security guards come in. They tear apart Big Con from Josh Alexander's grasp, and then Josh focuses on the security guards, and then the rise of the emotion and the rise of the moment, Scott D'Amore came behind Josh Alexander trying to pull the security guard off, and Josh Alexander turns around and shoves him without even knowing that was actually Scott D'Amore. Then we get into more intense talk about how Josh Alexander is happy to wear the brand, happy to do this, and how Scott D'Amore says, "Your family. I've known you since you started your career. You and your wife and I go way back," and all this stuff. It all ultimately came down to that. Basically, Scott D'Amore thought Josh Alexander was out of line, demanding that, and he thought that his aggression was somehow justified. And I don't know. He basically just said, Scott D'Amore said that Josh Alexander is out of the No Surrender match with Team Impact versus Honor No More, and he is to be sent home immediately until they can figure things out. Yeah, I don't know. After that, sorry, I keep forgetting I have a mic. After that, we bring up to we bring up the thing, and he posted on Twitter, Josh Alexander did, about 3 years, how it was the best of his thing. You can see it on Twitter, but I don't know. I'm still thinking this is a work. This can't be possible. But anyways, I think it's pretty much possible. So anyways, we're just gonna get down to it. Like, that was a kind of a weird way to start off Impact. Uh long segment short. Josh Alexander has a no surrender match due to heated conflict between him and Scott D'Amore. Up next is the open challenge match: Deonna Purrazzo versus a returning Santana Garrett. Apparently, nice to see her back. Santana chose to challenge for the Ring of Honor Women's Championship after Deonna Purrazzo held both of them up and decided to pointed at the Ring of Honor Women's Championship. Sorry if I'm a little bit jumbled. I'm still kind of tired. I didn't get much sleep last night. That was actually a pretty solid match. I was surprised by Santana Garrett. Up next is Chelsea Green versus Mickie James. Chelsea and Mickie were put on a damn good match, but then Tasha Steelz decided to interrupt it with a DQ because Chelsea Green did a stunner that looked familiar to Tasha Steelz' finisher move, which everyone has a stunner move, so I don't know why she has claim on that, but whatever. So it ended in a DQ. Yeah. So I don't know how much more to talk about that one. Caleb with a K got caught by Madison Rain. Yeah. Last week we saw Caleb get gifted a hello Jared, get gifted a new iPhone. And while the inspiration, we're talking to Caleb, how you like the new iPhone? How you like this? Have you checked out the camera features yet? And he's like, yeah, I've taken a few selfies. Like, selfies? No. You got to shoot something. Hey, here's an idea. How about you shoot us? And they go to a backdrop, and Caleb's like, nah, I can't shoot you guys. You guys know that. I'm with the influence. I'm with Madison. I'm with Tennille. I'm their photographer. I'm not yours. Well, come on. You owe us. It was a gift. So, so after that, Caleb starts taking photos, and he didn't even get to take. He only got to take one, and then Madison came up and said, "What are you doing?" It's like, no, you're not their photographer. You're our photographer. Let's get this straight. Delete that photo. Delete that. I'm still surprised she lets him keep the iPhone. But yeah, that was fun. That was a fun little segment. I don't know what's going on between Inspiration and Caleb and Tennille and Madison, but whatever, it's fun. The Bullet Club have entered the Impact Zone. Okay, this is a long segment where a long ass promo took part, and I cannot remember word for word. But basically, it led to a match next week: Violent by Design versus the Bullet Club, God and Jay White versus Eric Young, Joe Doring, and Cody Deaner, or Deaner as he goes by now. Up next, Honor No More versus Rich Swann and Rhino. OGK versus Rich Swann and Rhino. OGK, Matt Taven, and Mike Bennett. What a solid match. It was awesome to see Matt Taven wrestle on Impact tonight, even if OGK cheated to win. Yeah, it was a good match. It was a solid match, but then Maria was ringside at commentary, and she got up and tossed powder at Rhino's face, and that left an opening for OGK to take the win. So yeah, they kind of cheated, but then again, I'm not surprised because they have no honor. Okay, so after the match, they took the attack to Kerry Silken, which is the owner of Ring of Honor. I just now found that out. I thought he was just some guy that worked at Ring of Honor. I didn't know he was actually the owner, so that was pretty cool. And Rich and Rhino, only to have Steve Macklin rescue them. So after the match, Steve Macklin was there. Ian Riccaboni, I'm pretty sure I just butchered his name. We're outside the stage, and he was talking to Ring of Honor representatives, Bobby Cruz and Ian, and then Kerry, and then Steve Macklin rolled up. It's like, hey, I've known you guys for years. How about you endorse me in the Ring of Honor, No More Honor so match? And then Team Impact rolls up, and they're like, Eddie Edwards was on the fence. He did not trust Steve Macklin, but Chris Sabin was like, we got no one right now. We don't got Gresham. We don't have any wins. Are we really picky about who we need to choose right now? We need someone. And right now, Steve Macklin is here. And so they all shake and they all say, like, you know what? Yeah, okay. Team Impact, pound, 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 pound. And reluctantly, Eddie does the pound sign. Still not sure where Eddie and his head is at with his match, but anyways, so yeah, that was great. This is probably my worst video yet. I'm so elsewhere. I'm sorry. Apparently he impressed Team Impact, and now he has been reluctantly invited to join Team. Next week, Gisele Shaw will make her in-ring debut against Lady Frost. Up next is the main event, Brian Myers versus Morrisey in a no DQ match. What a violent match. What a violent way to end the night. Weapons that were used, tables were on the learning tree. So the learning tree set out tables for Morrisey. And then Morrisey used them against him. First, he slammed, he kicked Zicky Dice off the rope, and he landed through the table the whole entire match. He was out. Then VSK set one up, and Morrisey just collapsed on it when he was put onto it. VSK didn't set the table up right. So after that, VSK and Brian Myers decide to set it up and put it on the ring apron. So they laid it in a slant like that, where the ring rope is there and hanging onto the floor. After that, Morrisey recovers. VSK is on the top rope, ready to pounce on Morrisey to go to the table, and then Morrisey just gets up and choke slams VSK right through the table, and now it's 1-on-1 in a no DQ match. So the end of the night, the weapons that were used, tables on the learning tree, thumbtacks, trash cans, duct tape, and anything else they found. The fun thing about thumbtacks, this is the first time I've seen this happen, is there was 2 power bombs into the thumbtacks on Brian Myers. So he got put in the thumbtacks twice with vicious force by Morrisey. And I thought that was pretty freaking crazy. After the match, Moose took an opportune moment to add some pain to Morrisey with a steel chair and creative ways to use it. So yeah, he wrapped it around the neck again, and he put his head up near the turnbuckle or the ring post, and then just took a pound chair after chair shot into the neck. But he had his hand right here guarding his neck, so I don't know if there was that much damage being done. And then after that, Morrisey falls to the ground, has his head still locked in the chair, and Moose takes two last hits on him, and Morrisey is still incapacitated, and then the show ends. So yeah, that was a crazy ass night. Very excited to see Gisele Shaw on Impact. I was excited to see OGK for once. So a lot of fun stuff happened, and we're sad to see if this is the end. We are sad to see Josh Alexander go. He has been one of my favorites for years. He had a really amazing match with TJP, the Iron Man match. He had his dream match, the Ultimate X match at Slammiversary. He captured the World Championship, even if it was just for 5 seconds. So he had a hell of a run in Impact. I think he had 2 tag team title runs. He was the longest reigning tag team champion. He beat the record with Ethan Page. So there's a lot of fun stuff that he accomplished in Impact. And if this is the end for him, we're sad to see him go. And I hope he can return one day after he's done accomplishing all he has to do everywhere else, because the sky's the limit for him. He's a star, and it's going to be sad to see him go. With that said, I'm going to read the comments. Apparently, there's only one in here today, even though I even though I wished there were more, but whatever. Jared, these are all Jared, by the way. Hi, Cody. Big Con has arrived. Yes, Josh Alexander got suspended and is removed. No, he didn't get suspended. He just got sent home. Is Caleb with a K going to betray the influence? Possibly. Tamatonga said Good Brothers have been everywhere because they have been fired from everywhere. Yeah, you saw that on Twitter. Huh. Who attacked Jonathan Gresham? No one. I mean, someone did, but during the night, Chris Sabin and Eddie Edwards were talking about recruiting Jonathan Gresham, and later in the night, Jonathan Gresham was attacked. Who knows who did it? Because Maria denied it. They should sign Big Con. I wasn't impressed with the guy. I'm pretty sure he was just used for this segment. Scott D'Amore has made mistakes. He's not suspended. He's not suspended. He was sent home. I don't know what that means. I don't know anything about that, but he was sent home. He was not suspended. Moose versus Jonah, possibly. They should have Jonah to take out Honor No More. No, because technically he's not Impact signed. He's on per parents deal. Roxy should go to NXT. You said that last week. Josh Alexander needs a rematch. Yes, he does. And hopefully he gets one. Sami Callihan versus Vincent in a no rules match. Yes. Eddie Edwards versus Matt Taven. Now that sounds great. Oh, right. Well, guys, it's been a long day for me, and I'm going to cut it short. Thank you for watching, and I will be posting the Josh Alexander clip on Twitter at MiseryEater101 for the full video. And I'm sorry this Christy Hemme poster's in the back, but it's better than a blank wall, right? Anyways, thank you for watching. Does the Team Impact trust Steve Maclin? Possibly not. Anyways, thank you for watching, and stay tuned till next week. We got Lady Frost versus Gisele Shaw, VBD versus Bullet Club, Chelsea Green and Mickie James versus Tasha Steelz and Savannah Evans. So that's already 3 knockout matches. So anyways, oh wait, no. Gisele Shaw, Lady Frost. 2 knockout matches so far. But Gisele Shaw makes her in-ring debut next week. Good stuff. All right. Bye.